it up.
There you go. All right.
So he's
Good.
doing real
That's great,
so
man.
far so good.
That's great.
Yeah, thanks.
Dr. Praw, you ready to get started?
I am.
All right, you guys are all set?
You got it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, I'm going to call this meeting to order today for the Arizona Board of Osteopathic Examiners. Can I have a roll call, please?
Yes. Dr. Madam.
I'm here.
Dr. Spiegelman.
Yep, I'm here.
Mr. Bird.
I am here.
Mr. Landau.
Present.
Dr. Reese.
Present.
Dr. Cunningham.
Here.
And Dr. Herb Strausser is absent. He is on spring break.
All right,
For him,
and
I
we
was
have
on
a
the last
quorum
one. It
then.
was great.
Great. The mission of the board is to protect the public by setting educational and training standards for licensure and by reviewing complaints made against osteopathic physicians, interns, and residents to ensure that their conduct meets the standards of the profession as defined by law. Do we need to say any? Do we have to have a call to the public or anything like that in this particular meeting or not?
I don't
I see it on here. That's what I was
I don't
pausing
think it's on
for.
the agenda.
He's not on the agenda.
So we don't need to do that.
No.
I want to welcome our newest board member, Jeff, and thank you for coming to join us. We have long needed another public board member, so you filled a void, and we're so happy that you're here.
Thank
so
you.
welcome, and thank you for coming.
Very much. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, I'm here for you. You've got my phone number, and you can call me anytime, okay?
Excellent.
And I'm sure
Thank
other
you.
board members would be happy to give you any guidance, too, if you have any questions, too, okay?
That's great.
So we're going to skip then 3 and 4 clearly, right? Because,
You may want to continue them.
okay, so to the next board meeting, is that what we need to do?
Yes.
Okay, so number 3 is review and discussion of consideration of possible action relating to the proposed consent agreement. This is ADO-17-0106A, Jameson Mark Foster, DO, license number 006198. Apparently, we're going to table this into our next board meeting, which is April 16th?
No.
April
April
13.
13th.
April
13th.
to April 13. Can I have a motion?
Also move.
I have a motion by Mr. Landau. Can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Dr. Madam. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right. So number 4 is review and discussion considering possible action relating to proposed consent agreement. Again, this is ADO-18-014. 3A, James William Osborne, DO, license number 4439. Again, we're going to table this into the April meeting of the 13th. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
I have a motion by Dr. Madam, and I have a second by Dr. Reese. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right. And before we start with our interviewees today for the executive director, where is it on here about that we're going to discuss changing
the end.
Where is it?
Number 7.
7. So do we want to go ahead and do that now? Let's do that. Review and discussion of possible action on the request from the Arizona Osteopathic Medical Association to modify the board's license application, initial and renewal, and postgraduate training permit regarding the confidential professional questionnaire. Dr. Praw, would you like to talk about that? It's the 4 words we're going to delete, correct? Anything else you want to talk about that? Or can you just say, for our new board member, can you just tell them what it is? Yeah.
One of the issues that has been brought to me and before the board by the Osteopathic Medical Association and by other concerned physicians. There's a group down in Tucson that was going to come to our last meeting, but they ended up not being able to come. But they wanted to speak to the public about their concern about the questions that are on the license applications regarding mental, especially mental and emotional problems that have occurred with a physician, and that there's a concern that when those questions are asked, and the physicians know they're going to be asked, that they might not seek psychiatric care or psychological care to take care of problems like depression. There's a very, very high rate of suicide in physicians.
Yeah.
And so that one of the things that we've all been grappling with how to combat that, and even the FSMB has worked with it too, is to try to allow physicians to get the care that they might need. And one of the ways to do that would be to not have them feel that they're going to be asked about it on their license and it might affect them and they might not be able to get a license. So they wanted us to take out of our...
Maybe you could just read it to them just briefly, and then make it a little bit clearer for everyone what we're going to change it to.
Well,
I don't... Let's see here.
well, the question really is, how do we get this information if we don't get it
Well,
on a license application?
Well, and she'll tell you, this is,
I
because we talked about it.
have it in front of me, but it is to take out the, oh, thank you, the physical, okay.
Just take your time.
That you were diagnosed with or developed initial or worsening symptoms of a physical, mental, or emotional condition
Yeah, it was just to
Which-
take out the 4 words.
Yeah.
impairs your ability to safely practice medicine.
I think it should be done with some kind of statement.
Well, finish reading, though.
Yeah.
Didn't we have something that's behind that still covers us, though?
That's just the medical boards.
You know what, I have it upstairs. Let me-
Do you want us to just, and we'll start the interview,
Yeah,
and then
I'll
we'll come back to this,
I've got
okay?
it. I've got it all around. I can get it.
Do you want us to go ahead and, well, I want you to be here for the...
Yeah, why don't we,
Come and have a
If you're
seat.
just doing this for my benefit, I'm more than happy to abstain from this vote. You guys have obviously vetted this
Yeah,
all
yeah,
out,
right. Sure,
and then
sure.
you guys can just move forward, so we don't need to.
But Dr. Reese had a question,
Yeah,
though, so...
I'll get it.
This is
No
why
problem.
we need to
we'll
do
take
it
a break
anyway.
and she'll get it, but let's proceed with the interview.
Yeah, we've got the people here, and I don't want them to have to wait longer, so that's my fault. I thought that we'd have it all.
Well, I did have it.
That's okay.
I got knocked off.
All right, we'll wait just a second while Mr. Lando gets back on. Everybody is on okay? All right. Are we going to have the interview here and then have the others just step out in the back? Is that what we're going to do?
Oh,
That's usually what we should do.
the gentlemen that are in the audience are Sean and Luis. They're from HR.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we'll go into executive session once you call the interviewees up.
Okay.
And then obviously those from DOA can stay.
Okay.
But then only necessary staff would remain.
Okay.
So I would think someone to run audio and then Dr. Pra, I'm just going to remain in the back.
You're going to be in the back. How are you going to keep us in line? Okay. All right.
With that evil eye she can give, that one right there.
Great. All right. So we're ready to go ahead and start with our first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just need some...
First interviewer is Justin Bohall. Justin, would you mind coming forward and have a seat right there? Welcome. We're glad to have you here. Now we need to go into executive session.
Also move.
So moved by Mr. Landau. I'll have a second.
Second.
From Mr. Maidem. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. So we're going to executive session to interview
not on there.
Executive Director. Paul, just...
So we'll go back to number 6 again then.
Number 7. It was number 7.
Was it
My apologies.
7, yeah. Fair. That was... Did you get the information? You got the... Okay.
You got the copies?
So, the way that it reads right now, the way that it reads right now is the confidential question. During the past 2 years, have you been notified or made aware, A, that you were diagnosed with or developed initial or worsening symptoms of a physical, mental, or emotional condition which did or may impair or limit your ability to safely practice medicine? The AOMA has asked us if we would take out the words physical, mental, or emotional. And then it would read, during the past 2 years, have you been notified or made aware that you were diagnosed with or developed initial or worsening symptoms of a condition which did or may impair or limit your ability to safely practice medicine?
I think that's fine.
Yeah, that's
And
perfect.
that's consistent with the Federation.
Can I bring up one issue?
Yes, ma'am.
There has been recent case law involving a state bar, I don't know, I think it was in Texas or Louisiana, the question should focus on your current condition.
Medical, yeah, if you're stable to practice medicine.
Okay, but this
But this one
talks
refers to a
about,
history.
this talk, correct.
It's a good point.
About a past condition, whether it's
So should we
medical.
change it to current
Yeah.
condition?
If you currently suffer from a
Yeah.
condition.
Yeah.
Can we modify that, Dr. Prod, to say current condition?
Yeah, I mean, because if you're under the care of a psychiatrist and you're stable for 2 years on Lexapro, who cares?
And so we would have to say, take out during the past
Doctors to get on those
2
medications.
years, have you
Would
been
you say during the
diagnosed?
past?
Or just say, are you currently, do you currently suffer from a
Okay.
condition
Okay,
that limits or impairs your ability to safely practice?
All right, perfect. Is everybody okay with that?
Perfect.
Yes.
No, I'm not either.
Go ahead, Dr. Reese, you're the psychiatrist, let us know.
I think that if someone is impaired, I don't think that they have the ability to decide whether they're impaired.
But they're not going to tell us the other way
So
around.
they're not going to say anything. I think the wording should be more like, have you been diagnosed or has a physician or told you that you were not competent to practice medicine?
Oh, that's actually an easy thing to do.
Yeah, but that doesn't go far enough, though.
Well, but you can't ask them. Somebody, in other words, has someone told you that you're not capable
So
of
if you haven't
practicing?
gone to the psychiatrist, then your answer is no.
Well, but then how would you know if you're, who?
Well, someone knows. Well, in some circumstances.
In other words, you can't.
I get what
ask-
you're coming from, but at least it puts it on them. You know what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say?
And it's got to match up the other
And it's-
states. We have to be consistent with the
And
other states.
is this,
Well, what do
is
the
this-
other states have?
No,
Where-
this is what the medical board has done too. They also changed it then too.
And
the
what's their wording?
Here's what the medical board says. Since your last renewal, have you received treatment
Okay.
for use of alcohol or controlled substance, prescription only drug, dangerous drug, mental, physical, emotional, or nervous disorder or condition that currently affects
Yeah.
your ability
That's a better wording. I
Yeah,
like that
that's
word.
perfect.
exercise the judgment. And we could still take out the emotional condition.
See,
and
here's the problem though, is then the whole reason for doing this is that we want to make sure that people feel confident to go and seek treatment.
Right.
So then if you're still saying, have you recently been treated for a physical, mental, or emotional, then you're letting them know that if they answer yes, then there's going to be a flag on their license.
But then they go on to say, if you answered, yes, then an explanation of whether that disorder is ameliorated because you received treatment, or
What court in Texas?
I don't remember and I don't even know if it was Texas, but it was out of a state bar question.
I think we stick with the question. It's our state. I think we stick with the original question as recommended by the AOMA, and if we have to relook at it again.
So
Would
what's
you
the
not
word?
want to change it to the present tense?
I like the present tense.
What's the wording?
How about
Again?
if it said, have you, I still think even in the past 2 years, I don't know, or currently or whatever you want to say, have you recently been diagnosed with or developed initial or worsening symptoms of a condition which did or may impair your or limit your ability to safely practice medicine?
Okay.
I think
That's adequate.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
that'd be
That's
fine.
fine.
I don't think recently. I think since your last
Since your last renewal.
renewal,
Yeah, since your
it
last
should read
renewal.
since your last
Perfect.
renewal.
Which would be
That you are
2 years.
and that it says
Which would
that
be
you are
2 years,
currently
right?
having issues with is how you
Yeah.
would phrase that.
So wouldn't that be 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years.
Just so since your last renewal.
Since your last renewal.
Any other discussion before we make a motion?
Sounds good.
Can I have a motion then?
So moved.
So moved by Dr. Reese.
Second.
To accept the changes that on our application process to current condition as described by Dr.
I thought it was
Perron.
since your last renewal.
Since the renewal, I'm sorry. Renewal, I'm sorry, thank you, since the renewal of your last application. Stand corrected. Can I have a second?
Second.
Second from Jeff as well. I'm sorry, I can't remember your last name.
Berg.
Berg, that should be easy enough. Berg. All right, Mr. Berg. Any discussion before we vote? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Anything else, Dr. Pra, Ms. Galvin, anybody? All right, can I have a motion for adjournment?
One more thing.
Oh, okay.
We're set on the next meetings, correct?
Yeah, we got all
April
of it.
13th and May 18th?
Correct.
I'm out the 13th, I'm here the 18th.
Okay, and I'm out
Thank
the
you for being
18th.
here. Yeah, so important.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And then June, whatever.
How about you, Mr. Berger, are you able to make it?
Next meeting, yes.
What about, and then May?
Right now, that looks fine.
Okay, great, okay. All right, and then if you need more information on how to look at the cases and all that, she'll be able to help you with
I think I need a username for.
All right, so I have a motion for adjournment. Can I have a second? Second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Thank you for coming. Thank you.